Think if a huge part of the ground breaks down into the sea and waves 100 feet high wash the cities. Or a supervolcano explodes, dropping the world's temperature so much that we move into a new ice age. Or what if a poisonous monster under the snow wakes up, threatening to destroy every corner of the world by summer? This is not science fiction, but real natural threats that can end human life. These threats are hidden in plain sight, slumbering giants that could awaken with devastating consequences. From the icy plains of Antarctica to the fiery heart of Yellowstone National Park, our planet holds forces of unimaginable power, capable of reshaping the world as we know it. In today's video on Brainwave TV, we will talk about 4 sleeping natural disasters that have the potential to destroy the world. We will journey to the edge of the unknown, exploring the science behind these potential catastrophes and the implications for life on Earth. Our journey begins in the coldest place on Earth, Antarctica, a continent of breathtaking beauty and unforgiving conditions. Here, amidst the frozen wastelands, lies a giant, a slumbering behemoth that has captured the attention of scientists worldwide. Thwaites Glacier. Thwaites, often referred to as the Doomsday Glacier, is a colossal river of ice, larger than the state of Florida, flowing slowly but relentlessly towards the Amundsen Sea. Its sheer size is difficult to comprehend, a vast expanse of white stretching as far as the eye can see. But what makes Thwaites so fascinating and so terrifying is its potential to reshape our world. You see, Thwaites acts as a giant cork, holding back a vast amount of ice from flowing into the ocean. Its stability is crucial for maintaining current global sea levels. However, this icy giant is under threat, its foundations slowly being eroded by warming ocean waters. Imagine a giant ice cube placed in a warm room. It wouldn't melt all at once, but slowly and steadily from the bottom up. This is what's happening to Thwaites. Warm ocean currents, driven by a changing climate, are eating away at the glacier's base, weakening its grip on the bedrock. Scientists estimate that if Thwaites were to collapse completely, it could raise global sea levels by over 2 feet, a catastrophic scenario for coastal communities worldwide. Imagine entire cities submerged, millions displaced, coastlines redrawn. This is the potential impact of the Doomsday Glacier, but the story doesn't end there. Thwaites' collapse could trigger a chain reaction, destabilizing the entire West Antarctic ice sheet, a process that could ultimately lead to even more dramatic sea level rise. The fate of our coastal cities, our very way of life, hangs in the balance, dependent on the stability of this distant icy giant. Researchers are working tirelessly to understand the complex processes at play, monitoring the glacier's every move, tracking its retreat, and measuring the warming waters that threaten its very existence. The race is on to understand and potentially mitigate the risks posed by the Doomsday Glacier. The fate of Thwaites is a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet, how changes in one remote region can have global consequences. It is a call to action, a reminder that the future of our planet rests in our hands. Our next stop takes us from the icy plains of Antarctica to the heart of Yellowstone National Park in the United States. Beneath the park's iconic geysers and bubbling mud pools lies a slumbering giant, a force of nature so powerful it has the potential to reshape our world, the Yellowstone supervolcano. Imagine a volcano not with a single cone, but a vast caldera, a sunken crater spanning miles, hidden beneath a seemingly peaceful landscape. This is Yellowstone, a supervolcano capable of eruptions thousands of times more powerful than any eruption witnessed in human history. The history of Yellowstone is marked by 3 cataclysmic eruptions, each leaving behind a trail of devastation on an unimaginable scale. The last major eruption, some 640,000 years ago, ejected over 240 cubic miles of volcanic material, blanketing much of North America in ash and plunging the planet into a volcanic winter. The thought of another such eruption is both fascinating and terrifying. Scientists estimate that a super eruption at Yellowstone could eject thousands of cubic kilometers of ash into the atmosphere, blanketing the entire United States in a thick layer of volcanic debris. The immediate impact on air quality, agriculture, and transportation would be devastating, but the global consequences would be even more profound. The vast quantities of sulfur dioxide released into the atmosphere would reflect sunlight, causing global temperatures to plummet, leading to a volcanic winter that could last for years, potentially even decades. Crops would fail, ecosystems would be disrupted, and the delicate balance of life on Earth would be thrown into chaos. The good news is that super eruptions are incredibly rare events, occurring on average only once every few 100,000 years. Scientists closely monitor Yellowstone for any signs of increased activity, tracking ground deformation, seismic activity, and changes in gas emissions. While the risk of a super-eruption in our lifetime is extremely low, the potential consequences are so significant that Yellowstone serves as a stark reminder of the immense power that lies beneath our feet. It is a force that demands our respect, our attention, and our continued efforts to understand and prepare for the unexpected. Yellowstone is a testament to the dynamic nature of our planet, a place where the Earth's raw power is on full display. It is a reminder that even in the face of such immense forces, knowledge and preparedness are our greatest defenses. Chapter 3. Cumbre Vieja, the mega tsunami threat. Our journey now takes us to the island of La Palma in the Canary Islands, a volcanic archipelago off the coast of northwest Africa. Here, amidst the rugged beauty of volcanic landscapes and black sand beaches, lies a sleeping giant, a volcano with the potential to unleash a mega tsunami that could devastate coastlines across the Atlantic, Cumbre Vieja. Cumbre Vieja, meaning Old Summit in Spanish, is an active volcano, its slopes scarred by past eruptions. But what makes Cumbre Vieja so worrisome is not just its eruptive history, but its potential for catastrophic flank collapse, a geological event that could trigger a mega tsunami. Imagine a giant landslide, not of rock and soil, but of an entire flank of a volcano, billions of tons of rock plunging into the ocean in a matter of minutes. This is the scenario that keeps scientists awake at night, a scenario that could become reality if Cumbre Vieja were to erupt violently. The western flank of the volcano is riddled with a network of faults, weakening its stability. A large eruption could trigger a catastrophic failure along these faults, sending a massive chunk of the volcano crashing into the Atlantic Ocean. The impact of such a collapse would generate a mega tsunami, a series of monstrous waves radiating outwards across the Atlantic at hundreds of miles per hour. These waves, potentially hundreds of feet high, would travel thousands of miles, reaching the coasts of Africa, Europe, and even the eastern seaboard of North America. Imagine the devastation, the sheer destructive power of walls of water crashing into coastal cities, inundating entire communities, crippling infrastructure, and causing widespread loss of life. The potential consequences of a Cumbre Vieja mega tsunami are difficult to comprehend. While the exact probability of such an event is still debated among scientists, the potential threat is real, a stark reminder of the awesome power of nature and the importance of understanding and preparing for such low probability, high-consequence events. Researchers continue to monitor Cumbre Vieja, tracking its activity, studying its structure and modeling potential tsunami scenarios. Early warning systems are being developed to provide as much notice as possible in the event of a flank collapse. Cumbre Vieja stands as a stark reminder that we live in a world shaped by powerful geological forces, forces that demand our respect, our attention, and our continued efforts to understand and mitigate the risks they pose. Chapter 4. Permafrost, the melting time bomb. Our final destination takes us to the coldest regions of the Northern Hemisphere, to a land where the ground itself holds a deadly secret permafrost. Permafrost, ground that remains frozen for at least 2 consecutive years, underlies vast areas of the Arctic, storing within its frozen depths a ticking time bomb, methane. Imagine a vast frozen storehouse holding twice as much carbon as the Earth's atmosphere. This is permafrost, a critical component of the Arctic ecosystem, but one that is under increasing threat from a warming climate. As temperatures rise, permafrost thaws, releasing the long-trapped carbon into the atmosphere not as carbon dioxide, but as methane, a greenhouse gas far more potent in its heat-trapping ability. This release of methane creates a dangerous feedback loop, accelerating the rate of global warming. Imagine a snowball rolling downhill, gathering more snow and momentum as it goes, becoming an unstoppable force. This is the danger posed by melting permafrost, a self-reinforcing cycle that could push our climate system past a point of no return. The consequences of widespread permafrost thaw are far-reaching, impacting not only global temperatures but also local ecosystems, infrastructure and communities. As the ground thaws, it becomes unstable, leading to landslides, sinkholes and damage to buildings and roads. Imagine entire villages sinking into the ground, roads buckling and twisting, pipelines breaking, releasing their contents into the fragile Arctic environment. This is the reality faced by communities living on top of thawing permafrost. The melting of permafrost is a stark reminder that climate change is not just about rising temperatures and changing weather patterns, but about fundamental shifts in Earth's systems, shifts that have the potential to reshape our world in profound and unpredictable ways. Scientists are working tirelessly to understand the complex processes involved in permafrost thaw, monitoring its extent, measuring methane emissions, and developing strategies to mitigate its impact. International cooperation is crucial to address this global challenge, requiring collective action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and limit the extent of permafrost thaw. The fate of permafrost is a stark reminder that we are all interconnected, that what happens in the Arctic does not stay in the Arctic, but has global consequences. It is a call to action, a reminder that the future of our planet rests on our collective will to address this urgent challenge. Ultra-Earth's uncertain future, a call to action. From the icy plains of Antarctica to the fiery heart of Yellowstone, from the volcanic slopes of La Palma to the frozen expanse of the Arctic, we have journeyed to the edge of the unknown, exploring the awe-inspiring power of nature and the potential threats posed by these sleeping giants. These are not tales of science fiction, but real and present dangers, challenges that demand our attention, our understanding, and our collective action. The future of our planet hangs in the balance, dependent on our ability to address these challenges head-on. This video of Brainwave TV is also expected to like you in the Shire Frost. We must become stewards of our planet, working together to mitigate the risks, adapt to the changing world, and ensure a sustainable future for generations to come.